Forget the ties, forget the socks, forget the undies. Go to Home Timber and Hardware for Father's Day this weekend. Now, let's start off with some signs. We've got some good ones, we've got some OK ones, we've got some nudity. First up, that is young Jonathan Durant, the Tigers' mascot. Brighton Crease is with the King outside Suncorp Stadium. This bloke, his wife Jenny, didn't give his name, but he did that outside the Caxton. And these kids are confused. Things you may have missed. That must be a segment on SBS or something. But anyway, stuff you may have missed. But well done for trying. You come all the way from Melbourne and you got your run on the show and we made fun of you. Now, some funny moments from last weekend that you may have missed. Friday night, look for the evil look on the face, the smile of Mossy Massoy when he realises who the Parramatta prop is. It's Luke Burt. Timid little Luke Burt. Now, George Rose gets his weekly part in the segment. There we go, just telling us he's interchange number 8. And I know the Eels have been pretty boring this year, but there's the security guard. That's good. That's wonderful. And I hope you keep your job, mate. It'll be a bad week to lose it. Now, for Footy Moi Moi, he had a very interesting Friday night against the Roosters, and it started pre-game. This is how he gets fired up before the match. He's given us a little message on the camera, good stuff. Gets out there, first hit up, 30 seconds in, drops the ball. But what did we learn? Don't get Footy angry, because 30 seconds later, that was on Aiden Guerra. Man, I think he should drop the ball on the first hit up more often. Great stuff, Footy. If you missed that, that is some good stuff. Now, can anyone tell me what is going on with the Manly mascot, Igor? His dances are getting more risque every week. We've got one Melbourne supporter there, and then next moment, he's on all fours and he's... I don't know, that's not bringing the game to disrepute. That's all good fun, I suppose. Well done, Igor, the mascots. Oh, sorry, Freddie, stuff you may have missed. Now, let's leave league for a moment. Very serious. Hurricane Irene been wreaking havoc down the east coast of America. And I sort of get angry at what they do to news reporters. They get them out in the elements to get all those great stand-ups and all of that, but they're putting them at risk. Have a look at this bloke. His name is Tucker Barnes. He was told to go out and get some foam from a big wave. They didn't tell him that's actually raw sewage that's going over him. That's a dirty job. That's a bit disappointing. Cheers, Matty. Here's another one. But this is on the west coast. No storm. She got hit by a big ball. That could happen, I suppose. Watch it again. Oh, no, what happened to us, he just sort of disappeared. And the last report we're going to show to, pretty good news coming through from Afghanistan after all the troubles they've had for so many years. Sport is getting back onto the back pages of papers. They never had a sports section for 20 years. And donkey racing, that was one of the big sports they used to have, and it returned last weekend. And there was a reporter there live, close up to the action, but he also found some trouble.
Não pela sua velocidade, mas sim pelo carisma. E quem... Mas sim pelo carisma. E quem...
That was a bloody big donkey. Oh, I think there's a bit of a ring in there. I don't think that was a donkey. I know they like to race their asses, but I think that may have been a horse. Back to the footy and time for some of the less glamorous moments from last weekend. Some stuff you may have missed. Aidan Tolman for the Bulldogs, possibly the worst play the ball ever. He's a good player. He's had a pretty good season, but that is a shocker. Chris Hyington, now he's introduced to the game the Hindy-proof jocks. Yeah, now that may catch on, which is a shame because we like to see a bit of crack. A new twist on the obstruction rule. You can't say that Justin Horro was an obstructor here because he makes the tackle on Rennie Matua, so no penalty. And Anthony Minicello, you learn here, always be the first in to celebrate. Second in, no, not good. Can be a problem. Here comes the count with that big hooter of his, and oh, that's it. That's what I heard too. Good stuff, well done. One of the best blokes in the game. There's a lot of players retiring this weekend, but one of the best blokes in the game, I've got to tell you, is Canberra's Alan Tongue. And on Stuff You May Have Missed tonight, our way of paying tribute to the great man, Alan Tongue, is to show you some of the signs over the years that people have come up with Alan Tongue. And last weekend, very touching. Tonguey, thanks for the memories. 2 was a little tongue goes a long way. And that's right, because he's played 220 games, so he has gone a long way. Stick in the tongue. Yeah, you can play him in many positions. That's a good one too by the Canberra fans. Last year against the Cowboys and Willie Mason. Who needs a big Willie when you have a great tongue? And from a game against Manly, where Alan Tongue was playing lock against Steve Menzies, this is possibly one of the best of all time. Yep. Very nice. Very nice. Our tongue will smash your beaver. Stuff you may have missed. All right, finally tonight, we have one of the traditional favourites, and that's the Falcon, but this week it's across 3 footy codes. But let's put Rugby League at the top of the pile first of all, and Sikamanu decides to run a line and collect it right in the noggin. We also had Jonathan Thurston trying to catch a bomb with his head. I thought that was clever for one of the world's best players, if not the best player in the world. from the Wallabies last week. How good. They got the Tri Nations, but on his test debut as captain, first game as captain, James Horwell cops it from Will Genia, a boot and a ball down at the AFL last weekend. Someone should have told the old lady there was a ball coming in. And this from the Hall of Fame, the young bloke, right in the melon. Yeah, well soon. No. Hey, let's watch it a fourth time, yes. Young lad, keep your chins up, mate, keep your chins up. That is stuff you may have missed for this week. Watch out. Hey.